Greetings. My name is Giorgio Regalia. First, I would like to thank Dottoressa Giusti for inviting us, our Facebook members of the Holy Shroud Guild, to participate in this wonderful event of the Feast of the Holy Shroud. The brief history of the Holy Shroud Guild was led by well-known ecclesiastical members, Father Adam Otterbaum and Father Peter Rinaldi. Today, the Guild no longer exists. Instead, I was bestowed by Father Brinkman, our last president of the Holy Shroud Guild, a commitment to continue to disseminate information about the most holy relic in our Christian faith. The Holy Shroud Guild touched so many. Their inspiration has led others to pick up the baton. I am pleased to announce a new generation of great Americans in demonology. Joining us today to celebrate in this wonderful occasion is proponent in the invisible mending theory, Joseph Marino. Also appearing is the host of Shroud Encounter, who captivates us in his presentations, Ross Briot. And our final guest, who brought to us the Museum of the Holy Shroud in Shreveport, Louisiana, Dr. Cheryl Wright, Father Peter Magnum, and their very special guest.
My name is Joseph Marino. I live in Columbus, Ohio. I've been studying the Shroud since 1977. I got slides from the Holy Shroud Guild and started lecturing in the St. Louis, Missouri area. That was my hometown. I attended my first conference in 1986 and met Father Otterbein there, and also met Jackson, Jumper, Adler, Maloney, and Lavoie for the first time. Later that year, I visited Father Otterbein and Father Rinaldi, where they were each stationed in New York State. I wrote my first major article in 1989 after the C14 results were announced. I made my first conference presentation in 1996 in a conference held in honor of Father Otterbein. I met my late wife, Sue Benford, in 1997. In 2000, we presented a paper in Orvieto, Italy, hypothesizing that the reason the C14 results came out medieval was that the sample was taken from a repair area. And the late STURP chemist Ray Rogers thought he could prove us wrong in 5 minutes, but ended up supporting it. Over the years, I've written additional articles, made conference presentations, both with Sue and also individually, and also published a book titled Wrapped Up in the Shroud in 2011. And I just revised it, and that revision should be out in the next couple of weeks. I'm also a board member of Barry Schwartz's Stera Inc., and I would like to wish everyone a happy Feast of the Holy Shroud.
My name is Russ Brialt, and I've been a lifelong lecturer and researcher on the Shroud of Turin ever since 1980. And so this is my 40th year involved with this wonderful subject. I have a website called shroudencounter.com. And but this is an opportunity to honor the official feast day of the Holy Shroud, and to offer a shout out to the Holy Shroud Guild. The Holy Shroud Guild was instrumental for all of us involved in shroud research. In 1980, when I did my first lecture to the 8th grade boys Sunday school class, I had 12 slides from the Holy Shroud Guild. Later on, I ordered slide strips and cut them up into 35 millimeter slides, and then continued to use the Shroud Guild for important resource materials, pictures and literature and books, and so again, so vital to all of us involved in shroud research. And of course, in 1989, I had a chance to meet Father Adam Otterbein in Paris, and then in 1990, I met Father Peter Rinaldi in New York. And Father Peter Rinaldi, in particular, was instrumental in advancing the knowledge of the shroud here in the United States, and of course he was also instrumental in getting the scientists access to the cloth in 1978, which of course was the Shroud of Turin research project, and we rely on much of their research even today, so this the Holy Shroud Guild has been extremely important to all of us and well appreciated. And so thank you this day on this important feast day of the Holy Shroud. God bless.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cathedral of St. John Berchmans and the Museum of the Holy Shroud that we have right next to the beautiful cathedral. I'm Father Peter Mangum, I'm the director of this museum, and with me is the curator of the museum, Dr. Cheryl White.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Museum of the Holy Shroud. We have the third largest collection in the world of shroud artworks and artifacts, some of which are on display in this room, and I think we can give you a real brief tour, visual tour of that right now.
In fact, if you follow me, we'll see a number of the items that we have. A beautiful photographic plate from 1931 from Giuseppe Ombrier, some beautiful lenticulars as well, all sorts of art and artifacts, as you can see. We love to tell the story about Turin and the Guarini Chapel by means of the art. People learn so much by means of art and history and science, and we try to teach everyone about the shroud using every means possible here in this museum. Now I'd like for you to see one of the most special areas that we have and learn more about the Testa collection.
So we have in this corner one of the most unusual and precious items in our collection is this 1578 ostension engraving done by artist Giovanni Testa to commemorate the arrival of the shroud in Turin on October 11th of 1578. And right at the center is the Archbishop Cardinal of Milan, Charles Borromeo. It's one of only about 3 we know to exist in the world. So we've also got other, by the same artist, the same period, late 16th century engravings. This one is actually double stamped on cloth. We have a Calvary scene devotion, and all from the same artist, very beautiful. I'd like to conclude though with a message from our bishop, Bishop Francis Malone of the Diocese of Shreveport.
What a joy it is to be here in this museum that shows us so many images of the central act of worship for us, the crucifixion of our Lord. But it's also this feast coming to us in the season of Easter, which all these images really depict for us, that Jesus Christ is risen from the grave. God bless you and thank you for being with us today.
The Holy Shroud Guild may no longer exist, but their legacy continues. Grazie mille a tutti. Auguri. Buona Festa della Sindone. Ciao.